What's going on, everybody? We are back for our weekly, bi-weekly six-pack. It's really whenever we have time to do it from now on. But we're still gonna do it. But don't you worry. Don't you worry, fans of the pack of six, the six packs, the packs of six, the drink. Anyway, we are counting down our top six favorites network programming.
Did you tell him this was a 12 pack because we missed last week, so we got to make up for it, right?
It's a 24 pack. It's a the big one, But let's just jump right into the mentions that are honorable. Not the honorable ring of wrestling, but the mentions that are honorable. Similar, it is. My first honorable mention, I went with the first look section. If you go on the network, it has like some cool different kind of previews of different like DVDs coming out and things like that. I just think it's kind of cool. You kind of get an idea of what's coming out, so you kind of figure if you want to buy something or not, since they don't put all of their DVDs or anything on the network. So that's a cool little thing that they have on there. Then I have DJ's gonna be mad at me because he probably has this on his like the greatest thing ever. But Legends with JBL. I like it. I just keep meaning to watch it more, and I never get around to it. Another show I keep meaning to watch more is Table for Three.
Oh, yes, this man's right. This man understands.
Yeah, and then my next honorable mention is the collection section where of the network. There's a lot of really good collections. I don't think there's one bad collection in there. You can literally go watch any of them. They're all
I really like the match of the year one. That was pretty cool for 2016. That was pretty cool. I like how they did that.
And then finally, my final honorable mention, and I'm pretty sure this has to be on DJ's list somewhere. Breaking Ground.
I thought it was gonna be the JoJo appreciation part of the network.
No, that'll never be on the network. Nope. But yeah, Breaking Ground, we loved it, and then the second season. Remember the second season? It was.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
It was an episode. Yeah, DJ, honorable mentions if you have them. Go.
Okay. Honorable mentions. The original specials, I really like those. I think I meant network exclusives is what I was trying to say. Those I like those because I like them because they were kind of like glorified house shows, but they were really built up, and I liked it. I think they should do more of them, and some of them were like big, like giant house show pay-per-view type things, and others were like, the King of the Ring or like the Cruiserweight Classic, and I think all of those go in there. Not the Cruiserweight Classic; it's on its own thing, but the UK Championship Tournament. Yeah. I just think it's kind of it's one of those things that like draws you to the network, and I think they need more stuff like this, like more like just stuff you can only see on the network, because then people will be like, huh, maybe I should get the network. So WWE, I got you on the promotional tool. This one is kind of a dull one, but I just put it on here because it's not gonna make my list because it's like so kind of obvious. The pay-per-view section, because like the network has me like groaning to buy a pay-per-view for any price over $9.99. Like it just does. Like I can't, like I physically try not to do it. Another one is Bring It to the Table. The reason I didn't put, I really like this show, but the reason I didn't put it on my actual list because they only have one episode. Get on that, and I really liked it though. It felt like he was really like being very much like a fan and asking questions that the fans liked. I think it was it Peter Rosenberg, I think, who hosted the show. The rivalries, I like that. I like that too. I I didn't misspell it. Okay, the rivalries. I like that. They got a lot of good rivalry stuff on there. I think they should do more. And they should probably do some with some of the current ones, not necessarily the current ones, but some of the more recent ones too, to kind of entice people that's more of like recent fans to kind of buy the network too. Um, they should also promote more of this stuff. Like I don't think they do a good job of promoting the like kind of this is what you get the network for besides the pay-per-views type stuff. They don't. I don't feel like they really promote that enough.
Yeah.
And my last two, Total Bellas / Total Divas. Um, I, just, I don't know. I just really like both of them. Well, more so Total Divas more than Total Bellas, but it lets me catch up on my Total Divas that I've missed over the past long time. And the pre-shows. Pre-shows always get me hyped for the shows. At least like the pre-shows that they just talk. I'm not a fan of matches on the pre-show, as we've stated before, but I do like the pre-shows though. That's mine. That's it. That's it. It's over. That's it.
Now to the lovely, beautiful, and talented Amy. If she has any honorable mentions, and I'm not trying to suck up for anything. I'm really not.
Yeah, lies. But yes, I do have some honorable mentions. But it's all good. I go with Holy Foley. I am not a big Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love fan by any means necessary.
Wow.
However, I love the show. I find it hilarious.
You suck.
I still gotta watch the last 5 episodes.
Wow.
Hush it, boy. Cállate.
Wow, you suck.
Cállate.
Amy, after you get done though, I do have another honorable mention I missed. I just saw it.
You did a scroll through?
Yeah, there's so much stuff on here. Like
the WWE Network has a lot of content. People just don't see it.
Oh crap! The Stone Cold Podcast. I forgot about that. Crap. Oh god.
Oh lord, but yeah, that's actually on my list too. Stone Cold's podcast got awesome stuff. Brought you some crazy awesome talent, and it's just cool to hear the stories on that one for sure.
There hasn't been one of those in a while. It's been a while since we had a.
He hasn't done one in a long time. Let's see. One of my other ones is Corey Graves' Culture Shock, just because I'm a huge Corey Graves fan, love him, but he just takes you to different places and it's so cool, and especially in the alternative rock world. So I love a lot of the same music as him, so it's really cool to go behind the scenes of some of this stuff. But definitely worth checking out. The man knows what he's talking about. I don't know what's going on my TV right now, but they're going crazy. WWE 24. Can't go wrong with that by any means. Especially with the Booker T one. I think I've watched that like 4 times.
It was a good one.
It was really good. And then, of course, every freaking throwback old school wrestling pay-per-view show, whether it's the throwbacks of Raw and SmackDown from the eras that I know and love, Attitude Era. They have the WCW, AWA. Oh, good God, so much more. I think they might have WCCW or something like that.
Yeah.
The World Class Championship Wrestling might have that one. But they have all that, and it's just great content. And finally, the one DJ stole as well. I gotta honor them because I'm pro women, everything in this damn sport. But I love it. It's Total Divas and Total Bellas.
Hey.
It's not an original network exclusive because you can watch it on the E Network. Usually Tuesdays at 9:00. That's usually when it happens. Might as well throw that in there because the E Network decided that they would follow DD. So little promotion for them.
So we're gonna be on E Network, right?
God willing. I was on 2 episodes of Total Divas, so that was freaking cool.
How you do that though? I need to know. I need to understand.
I showed up to Raw and Money in the Bank.
Oh,
they did a panoramic shot, and I found myself on TV. And then the Bellas had a match. So that was before Raw, and I got a high five from them, so you can see me get a high five.
Hey.
So that was cool. It was awesome stuff. and I think I was outside. Miley and I were outside for Raw, I want to say, or Fastlane, and I found us in line. So that's only because I knew what we were wearing, so it's easy to find. But I just love those shows just because you get to see a different side of it. Yes, some of that crap is storyline scripted, but you do get to see the behind-the-scenes productions of WWE and just get to see them in a different light. And they're all, minus the drama that goes on, they're all very, what do you call it? I don't know how to put it. They like to promote a lot of different things and be good role models, which is something else I love. So, give it shout out to the women.
Hey.
Yeah, ladies. But anyway, jumping into our actual list. Before I jump into our actual list, Justin is not here, but Amy kind of reminded me of what Justin's number one would be, and I think the DJ would agree with me. Justin's number one would be WCCW, World Class Wrestling. He loves that old school wrestling, and specifically anything before the 80s.
I don't even think he showed up to any of our old school WrestleMania reviews, did he? Back when we were doing
I don't think he showed up to anything before 98.
before he started watching. So
That's when
yeah.
But anyway, my number 6 on my pack of 6 or 6-pack is WWE 24.
Just number 6.
You
Sorry.
where was it on yours?
Oh dear God!
I ain't got there yet, so
Yeah, that's right, because it's not even on your list. You didn't think about it.
I gotta wait for that.
oh
one.
crap, WWE 24.
But yeah, WWE 24. I love all of them. They're all kind of a cool kind of behind the scenes, like of WWE. Depending on what some of them are, build up to pay-per-views. There was the Rollins one. There was the Booker T one. Yeah. They're all really cool. Kind of gives you a sort of a behind the scenes kind of a feel. Out of character sort of a thing. But I definitely like WWE 24. I would love to see more of them come out. DJ, number 6. Numero 60.
Real quick, the one I left off was Legends House. If anyone knows me, as far as like if we've done a video similar to this before, not favorite WWE network programming, but we talked about the network before. And Legends House was like the show that kind of made me buy the network. I think I got addicted to it when I first started watching it, and I don't know, I just really liked it. But my actual number 6 is This Week in WWE. I really like this. I think it's a cool little recap. If I have enough time, I usually try to watch it before, like on Sunday before the pay-per-view. But I don't get to watch it every week. But I really like it when I do get to watch it. I think it's a nice little recap, and I like how they kind of go like, they go into like social media and like where the superstars went and everything. I just think it's kind of a cool little show. I like it.
All right. The beautiful, the lovely, the talented Amy. Again, not sucking up, not nothing.
Is that gonna be her official name? It's gonna be like Handsome
Jesus
Rusev?
Christ!
Yeah, no, that is
Please
her.
no. No.
Or Hard Body Mahal, the more important.
Huh.
Yes,
Terrible.
The lovely, the talented.
No.
The smart.
That Casey, before Amy gets into her her number 6, that sounds a lot like the beast, the monster, the animal. I'm just saying. I
mean, that in my girl. She my girl, yeah.
Good God. Okay, number 6 is WWE Ride Along, because it's awesome. I mean, the one episode you had The Miz and Dolph Ziggler in one card. That's just gold right there. Then you had Mark Henry and Chris Jericho, where Mark Henry like squishes an apple with one hand, which just like crushes it. It's quite hilarious.
That's what I do in my spare time.
Yeah. You got to see like Alicia Fox and Paige. That was a good one. The Bella twins. They had like a whole twin episodes. The Bellas and then Naomi and or not Naomi. Jimmy and Jay Uso.
Naomi is twins with Cameron.
I think Naomi and Tamina were in that card though as well. But then you also had like Dean Ambrose. I mean, come on now. He was there. And then I still haven't watched it, but the dumb, idiotic, moronic James Ellsworth was in a car with Daniel Bryan. I gotta finish that. The chin idiot.
They're ruining that man.
But there's also Seth Rollins on an episode for Miley. That's for Miley's plug. But Dean Ambrose was with Roman Reigns. That was a hilarious episode. That was hilarious. Dean Ambrose makes fun of yells at people who have children in the car and they're texting and they're on the phone looking at everything but the road. And he's like screaming at him like not like you have a child in the car, like all this other shit. It's hilarious. So right along.
It's a good show. It's good. I like it.
It's an awesome show.
That's what I say. It's a wonderful show. It's the greatest.
It's
then
beautiful.
who could forget the Bullet Club in the car?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got to stop at the Waffle House that Molly wouldn't let me stop at.
Oh God, the
On the
Waffle
way
House is
home.
awful. That was a good decision, Miley.
But freaking AJ Styles, Luke Ellis, and Carl Anderson were at the Waffle House. I was
Oh, at that particular one? Oh,
Yes.
shame on her. Shame.
All the shame.
I want Finn Balor on one. I want that ride along.
I'll ride along with him.
I want Demon Finn Balor and Undertaker in character.
No,
Just to see
you
how
will
that
not
goes.
ride along with him.
You can ride along with Peyton Royce, and y'all can both count abs.
Okay. I mean, but you see the picture I sent you though.
I saw that.
It shows the abs.
All the abs. All
By the way, Amy, I wasn't looking at nothing like that though. I
don't care.
sent it to him. I just sent it.
I don't care.
She would be ashamed if you weren't.
Me.
She would be disappointed in me if I didn't. Anyway, number 5 is the I'm not gonna do the acronym. I can't. I don't remember it. The Edge and Christian Show that totally reeks of awesomeness. The EACSTTROA.
I think you got it.
I did. I had to read along with it. I did.
ECSTTROA.
Yes, you're right. Because you don't do the and. You don't do. Anyway, I love this show. Anything with Edge and Christian is always hilarious. And then they had special guests on all the episodes and stuff like that, with different skits and things like that. It was just it was so good. It should have never gone away. Never ever, never ever.
There was like 3 good episodes.
They were all wonderful.
Nope, there was one phenomenal one, and then there was one huggable one.
It is Edge and Christian. They were all amazing. I mean,
No, they weren't.
I love you, but this is where I have to draw the line. Put my foot down. They're the 3rd greatest tag team of all time. But
They're
anyway,
not even on my top 5.
They are the 3rd greatest of all time. Yeah, the 3rd.
Behind the ascension of the Bob Villains, right?
Exactly. You get number 5.
My number 5 is a show that actually don't do it anymore, and it's unfortunate because I really like this show. I liked it when it first came out. I think it was a couple years ago. The WWE list. I always really liked this show. I like how they brought in like the celebrities and had them kind of talk about WWE. I thought it was kind of cool. And they had the different episodes with the shocking title changes and the coolest swag that I don't think I watched. I haven't watched them all, but the Crazy Ken, I watched that one. But I just thought it was just kind of cool, like, because I think you always get the wrestlers' point of views, and you always get like fans' point of views. But I don't know if you ever really get to hear celebrities talk about wrestling all the time. So that's kind of cool. I liked it. I enjoyed the WWE list.
Okay. And the phenomenal Amy B. that kind of worked a little bit. It didn't. Number 5, I tried. I did.
My number 5 is a tie. However, DJ and I are on the same wavelength.
Hey.
Because it does involve the list.
Jericho?
It made
okay.
The list. The WWE list.
Hey.
It's tied with WWE Countdown.
Ooh.
I love
you're
WWE
right.
Countdown.
You're right.
It's not just of like Raw or SmackDown, stuff like that. They'll throw in everything and anything. Best moves, most outrageous, whatever. Anything you can think of. I swear to God, they've done it. And I
think they should
seeing
do
what's
it
new.
more for pay-per-views too. Because sometimes they do it like they did one for like Extreme Rules. I think last year. I think so.
Yes.
So like I think they should do that more often.
Yes. I love the Countdown. Most shockable like moments. I think one was greatest pop. I know those were a couple of recent ones. Because I know one of them involved the like biggest crowd pop involved Bobby Roode. I think his entrance for Toronto Takeover. But it was very cool. I love it. I never know what I'm gonna get, and it's always cool when they do the old school, the ones that involve like the older episodes. I think something about finishers and all that. So check it out. Check the list out too. That sucker was good.
Yeah. All right. Number 4. We're moving right along. Number 4 for me is Swerved. I love this show. I love the WWE superstars pranking not only each other but other random fans and just anybody. They're always hilarious. There was one with Bully Ray that I liked a lot. Back when the Dudleys were back for a month. At least it felt like a month. But, yep, Swerved, number 4. DJ, numero 4.
My number 4, I didn't realize I put these both in the same. I think I switched them, and there's actually like 2 different things for network exclusives and original specials. So my number 4 is original specials. It's like a section on the network. They had that the podcast with Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
The Untold Story of ICWP was pretty cool. There's a lot in here. There's actually more than I remembered. They have some stuff with the Click during that little Click week. They should do a lot more often. Different like weeks like that to go with the pay-per-views. Because I think it would like prompt people to not only buy the network but watch the network more often. If they had something like that. The Nitro Top 10. I think they had like a WCW week or something like that too. Like with the Nitro Top 10, Bischoff's Top 10, and whatever. It was just kind of cool though. I also had a Finn Balor one. There's so many in here that I forgot about. But I think I've watched all of these for the most part. Except for the Arnold Schwarzenegger interview, because yeah. But yeah, I mean, I just really like the original specials. Like they're all somewhat unique. Sometimes they pull from other shows and like make them into a smaller, condensed one show version, which is pretty cool. But I mean, I just really like the original special section. I hope they keep doing more because never give up. But still, I think they should keep doing this because I definitely like the original specials.
Right. The glorious Amy, number 4.
My number 4, because you know you can always see it on the WWE Network. Just so happens to come on the network on Wednesday nights, and occasionally Saturdays. Occasionally on Saturdays, for those special takeover events. It is NXT. Gotta love it. The indies for the WWE, because that's the only indies for the love of God they only like to refer to unless it's New Japan. Because that's all they like to refer to. But no, NXT, I love it. It's one of the main reasons, besides pay-per-views, that I think people get the network, because NXT is its own little subculture and cult. There are a lot of people who really don't like the mainstream version at all. They just love NXT. I mean, they're not wrong. They get the time, they get the opportunities, good storyline most of the time when they do it right.
Yeah, like that.
But, greatest debut of all time. Dan Matha, baby.
Terrible. But no, they try a lot of different things down there, and that's what I like. People get opportunities down there. Unlike the main roster, when you get brought up and you're literally forgotten about, or you're just thrown into a mix where you have a 1-minute match. I think they bring people up too fast, because then they can't utilize them, and then when they're up there, all they like to do is talk. For the love of God, promos need to be cut. We don't need a 20-minute promo. We just don't. Dear Lord, we get the picture in 5. They're taking away time from good matches and all that. You can set up storylines with matches. And NXT proves that, because their promos are not that long. Check them out, NXT. That's where you can see the glorious Bobby Roode, Eric Young, and the craziest Sanity.
I like what she did there, because I said Glorious Amy. She segued into Glorious, but
Hideo Itami. I mean, you've also got, you'll eventually be seeing Kimberly.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
You got Ember Moon, who's rocking the women's division down there along with Asuka, because that match needs to happen ASAP for that title. You've got Nikki.
Orlando.
Got Nikki. See, Peyton Royce and Billy Kay making a great tag
the iconic duo. Don't forget about that.
She just said that. If you listen to her,
we said it like
also,
basically at the same time.
Got the greatest tag team that's known to NXT ever.
Revival. Yeah.
Hell no.
The Revival.
Raw villains. Yeah.
TDI. Why? Do it.
They're in the top 5.
Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. Yeah.
They're in the top like 20.
At least I said top 5. Gee.
Nope.
I mean, I do like that Psycho Killer. I like him. He's a good fella. The Johnny guy, he all right.
He's from Cleveland. He's amazing.
His wife's pretty good, though. She pretty good.
Candice LeRae.
I like her.
Is she cool?
She needs to be signed. Actually, no, she doesn't need to be signed by WWE, because then they'll ruin her. But anyway, number 3. Moving on. For me, is Superstar Inc. I loved Superstar Inc. Being an obvious fan of tattoos, having tattoos myself. I like the fact that they have the WWE superstars, obviously the ones that will sit down and talk about their tattoos, because a lot of them don't really want to. I know Randy Orton is always more private about his tattoos and the meaning behind them. But I like that they get, these WWE superstars to kind of talk about their different tattoos and things like that, meanings behind them and stuff like that. I especially like the one with Kevin Owens, because he and Steve Corino both have matching tattoos. That They Live and Evil. which are pretty cool. The one that he has on his forearm. But definitely, yeah, I like to kind of, just the backstories of different tattoos that they have and things like that. But yeah, my number 3, Superstar Inc. DJ, the third on the list from the bottom.
Okay. Or the top.
Or the second from the middle.
Okay. My number 3 is Legends with JBL. I absolutely love this show. I'm a huge podcast fan. I just like listening to podcasts, including myself.
Hey,
Not really. Hey, that's true. But I really like listening to podcasts, especially wrestling podcasts. And I like how JBL talks about different stuff, sometimes controversial stuff. I think they should use that more on the network. I think that would prompt people to buy the network a little bit more if they kind of got out of their show a little bit more on the network, since it's their network. They can say what they want to a certain degree. I think that would be pretty cool, and I like Legends with JBL because of that. And he has some pretty cool interviews on there. I think he had, was it Booker T? I think where you asked the Hulk Hogan question. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I really like Legends with JBL. I think they should do it more often. I know he's doing kind of a lot with obviously they on SmackDown, but still they could do something with that. Or I know they have some legends in the back that they could probably still do something like this with, like Jerry Lawler or something.
Yeah. All right. The Magnificent Amy, number 3.
What?
I'm running out of them. The Beautiful, the Wonderful.
No, God, no. No.
I bet you are. That was that. Oh.
Number 3. Oh, God. Number 3. It's in a category called Network Exclusives. It's got Beast in the East, all the tournaments, and a few other things from early 2014, 15. But I like that category. That's a specific thing besides pay-per-views you can buy. But these are network exclusives that would make you want to at least buy the network, at least for that month, or at least get that free month. Because when you sign up, you get 1 free month.
And if you sign up right now, you can get WrestleMania for free. By the way,
and I believe you get the next month too. It's some.
Is it
yeah, no, this one you definitely
question mark?
get WrestleMania or something and something else. I don't remember. Or I think they were trying to advertise the previous pay-per-view with WrestleMania. I don't know, but I know you get WrestleMania, and that's worth it because that pay-per-view is more than $50 when you want to outright buy it. But these little exclusives are definitely a reason to at least check out the network, especially since they offer that free month. So, and with the UK tournament, who any of these people were. There's a Cruiserweight Classic where you had former WWE superstars in it. This one, I think, had one NXT superstar and one that was working on being an NXT superstar in it.
And they had that one guy that lost half his ear. He should have won.
Yeah, him. Because I know, Aleister Black wasn't even. He wasn't in the tournament. He was just. He just had a match, so that was cool with Neville. I want to say.
Yeah.
So that works, but that tournament brought so much attention to Progress Wrestling, a few other indies throughout Europe. I can't remember. One of them for Ireland because they're Devlin or something.
ICWP.
No. But it brought exposure to the indies that WWE doesn't ever up. So that was nice. And it just gives people a different exposure and see what good wrestling looks like when you're given a chance. I mean, they had minimal storylines within that tournament, obviously predetermined. However, you had good quality matches. So
By the way,
that's
the
something.
Cruiserweight Classic was by far the best tournament we've had.
That was a good one, yeah.
With Zack Sabre Jr. and Kata.
Jesus. That never happened.
They were both
It's
in the
the
tournament.
match would have never happened. Zack Sabre Jr.
No,
This is Kata.
I think one of the best matches out of that tournament was Cedric Alexander and Kota Ibushi.
Yes. What would have been better?
No. But Zack Sabre Jr. definitely had one hell of a match a few times, so that was nice. But those tournaments, not many people knew who the hell they were, and you got to see great wrestling. Different styles of wrestling, because cruiserweight wrestling is really different than normal. Like, I guess you could say heavyweight.
And too, they took it super seriously, which I loved.
Yeah.
Like with the whole preview thing, which they should do more often. The whole like preview thing, like showing the styles and everything.
Yeah.
And they had different styles. It wasn't just flippy stuff.
Flippity dippity doo dah. Yeah.
But yeah, hey DJ, remember when we signed up for the network and we didn't get anything free? Yeah.
I technically got a month free. Technically, you didn't, but
Yeah, I
I
did.
technically did.
Yeah.
Because I signed up. Because you signed up from the very beginning. I think I signed
Yeah.
up like a year and like a couple months later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you signed
Same.
up from the beginning, you didn't get shit free.
So
See,
I mean, that's a life lesson learned. Wait,
if
and
you
it'll be
if
cheaper.
yeah, if you have awesome friends like I do, my good friend Matt Forjancic, which you should follow him on Twitter at Matt Forjancic. He got me 6 months of the network free for Christmas. So, and I'm not paying for this sucker till September.
I would have got you 12 months.
They don't make that.
I would have got you 6 months.
I would have gave you my account and created a new account.
Oh, oh.
I would have given you my account and then not made another account because you deserve it all.
Yeah.
I would have gave you my account and then shut down everybody else's accounts because
There you
so
go.
you can only watch it. There you go.
I gave you my heart. Why is that not enough for you?
Oh,
Anyway, number 2. Or wait,
yes.
yeah, because we were on the glorious Amy. Number 2, I have the original specials, especially the like panel type specials. T1, the ECW one, kind of where you kind of get to see them kind of talk about, with the ECW one, talk about how, how ECW was built, how they all kind of ran it themselves, and then NXT, kind of how NXT went from FCW to NXT, how the Performance Center was built and came to be, things like that. I definitely like kind of learning more about that and kind of getting the superstars' input, like their thoughts on it. Because for NXT, for example, Triple H can say all these great things about the Performance Center and NXT, but then when you hear from the guys that actually are training in the Performance Center and wrestle on NXT, it's cool. DJ, number 2.
All right. My number 2 is Beyond the Ring because I'm a big documentary fan. There's a lot of documentaries in this. You got the what am I? I gotta think now. You got the 2 that come to mind. Paul Heyman one. The what is ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. That was really good. The CM Punk one, Best in the World. That was really good. And the Rise and Fall of ECW. That was really good. There's a lot of different ones in there though. They're all pretty good for the most part. And basically, I think I think these are all like some of the like older DVDs they released, except for some of the more recent ones. Like I think the CM Punk one wasn't that long ago. The Paul Heyman one wasn't that long ago. Um, but I really like these though. I hope they start doing more, like putting more of these on there, especially like some of the older DVDs that they have, like that they can just archive. That would be cool if they put some
The
more.
the original Beyond the Ring is actually really good. Involves Jake the Snake in China. I think Mankind as well. I don't know. I actually own it on VHS and DVD. Shows you how old that is.
What's VHS?
Yeah.
Right. I have kids right now going, huh? But that one you need to
Justin.
look up. That one's really good. It talks. I think Jake the Snake has a DVD out about his past and everything. But this one starts to talk about how he was like really addicted and everything, and how stuff came about.
WWE needs to get that. They need to get the rest of the documentary that's on Netflix and then put that on there.
They need to get Scott Hall's freaking
Yeah,
documentary. I
that's
saw
true.
that first look for that. I'm like, yes, holy crap, this is good. But I don't want to buy it for $20 or 25.
when,
It's like
when
25.
about 3 months they're gonna put it on the network for $9.99. So why would I do that?
I want them. If they need to put it on Netflix or the network, they need to pick one and put it on. I don't care. I have both.
All right. Moving on to the gorgeous Amy.
Well, my number 2 is, of course, a Corey Graves show, Superstar Ring, because I love the stories behind the tattoos. I love knowing why people do things like what they get different symbols or just I don't know anything. I love knowing why, so it's kind of cool. And not to mention, the Phenomenal One was there and got his daughter's birthday actually added to his tattoo under the AJ. Because all of his kids have those initials. But I just love hearing the stories behind people's reasoning as why they got whatever tattoo they got. I know, like especially with like Roman and the Usos and all that, they all have, even The Rock, this other guy, in NXT or 205. They might have added him.
Oh yeah, the third Uso.
Something along the line. But they have that Samoan heritage tattoo, so you want to know a little bit about.
Can I
people's,
get
like,
one and call
culture.
myself Samoan?
No,
Yeah.
if you get one, you're called a tool. Anyway, I guess we're moving on. Maybe.
Yes, to number 1, because I need to go to bed soon.
Oh, I didn't hear the. I am done. You may move on. I haven't heard that in a while. Anyway, my number 1 is one of the reasons I really fell in love with the network and really wanted to get the network and
It's
kind of
that live button, right? Where you can watch it live all the time.
That one. No, yeah, and kind of sort of brought my love back for WWE in a way, because it was at that point where Raw sucked, SmackDown sucked, and yeah. So NXT is my number 1. It brought back good wrestling, and it brought back like Amy was saying, building storylines with wrestling, building storylines with matches, not having half your show be promos and video packages and then 15 minutes of an actual match. It was focused on the wrestling, and even though yes it's technically developmental, it's still most of the time better than anything on the main roster. But yeah, the NXT will probably always be number 1 for me on the network. DJ, number 1.
My number 1, if anyone knows me, you know that I love documentaries. My number 1 is WWE 24. I love WWE 24. They do a good job with these. I really like the one with WrestleMania 30. and the recent one they did with 31. They did 31 in Dallas, I think too. But I just, like it's kind of cool to see how much work they put in to make WrestleMania what it is, even though we're still gonna cry and complain about it. But still, I still love the amount of work they put into it. And it's cool to see the amount of work they put into it because I think sometimes you forget how much work it takes to put on a show of that magnitude. Anyway, but I don't know. I've liked them all practically. The Booker T one was really good. Thank You, Danny was really good. I like the NXT one too. That was pretty cool too. I still think they should do more. I know they take time, but they record everything anyway, so they can do it. But yeah, I'd like to see more WWE 24s. I really like them when they come out.
All right. Moving on to the wonderful, the champion of my heart. I can't. Amy, number one. I know I'm your number one, but like the network number one.
That would have to go clearly to a female on my list. If they're not dead, it's always a female. I love this show just because. Huh?
Unfiltered with Renee Young.
Hell yeah.
Ha.
Renee Young, you got my number one spot on my list.
Hey.
She always makes that show something awesome. I think of the Ellen DeGeneres show when I think of her because the show is just hilarious. It's got good content, makes you laugh, and it's just unique. It's not a typical interview like on how. And I like these other ones like Legends, JBL, and not Table 3. There's another one. But those are just like typical interviews. This one is good content, something, stories about themselves you get to learn. And then her recent season, you just have some hilarious crap going on with like R-Truth and Summer Rae. And I just love it. You get to find out some interesting stuff about people while enjoying a good time. So Unfiltered with Renee Young is my number one.
All right. That was our top 6 favorite programming on the WWE Network. So you really have no excuse not to sign up for the WWE Network for only $9.99 a month, plus a free month because you're lucky because you didn't sign up for the freaking beginning and not get anything free. Anyway, but yeah, definitely check all these shows out. And there's tons and tons and tons of stuff that we didn't even mention on the network. I have no idea how people complain about the network. There's so much stuff on there, and they're constantly putting new stuff on there all the time. But check it out. Also, subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitter, ICW_podcast. Follow DD_Amy_Miley, MYLIE. And we will see you on the flippity dippity. Indeed.